Welcome. We are live earlier than normal. Well, we're live a day early, but actually 2 days early. Today is Thursday, but I can't go live on Saturday because I'm out of town, and then tomorrow I'm working. So I thought this was the next best time to do it. So let's get started here. Hopefully everyone is having a great Thursday, and I'll be back to my regularly scheduled live streams on this upcoming Monday. No, I'm sorry, Tuesday, because I now go live Tuesdays. I keep forgetting that. So let's go look at the chart, see what's going on. Let me do a sound check really quickly. It looks like the sound is working. By the way, we're live on TikTok and we're live on YouTube, so I appreciate if you guys go check us out on YouTube. Let's go and look at Bookmap. Actually, before I do that, I do want to look at the Fear and Greed Index for Bitcoin right now. Right now, we are coming in at the level of 15. Anytime we're around 10, I say buy Bitcoin, not financial advice, or buy more crypto, buy your favorite cryptos. But I will say I would be looking for Bitcoin to make a higher low here, and I just did take a long on Beat Crypto as well. But let's go look at the levels of Bookmap. Let's see where all the liquidity lies for Bitcoin, and let's kind of do that right now. So if we look at this right now on the monthly time frame, on the weekly time frame, I should say, we have a lot of liquidity up at $110,000. To the downside, we have a lot of liquidity at 95,000. Usually you go to wherever the closest liquidity is. That would be at $95,000. If we pan over to the daily time frame, we can see that we have some liquidity above us at 105, but we have a lot more down here at 98,000. 97,000 has the most, I believe. And then even below that, I'll go full screen if I can. Why is it not letting me go full screen? You have even more down there at 95K, just like we do on the weekly time frame. So it's most likely that we do continue down. I was telling people on my YouTube videos that it looks like we are going to hit $90,000 here sooner rather than later. I also said at the beginning of November, if Bitcoin does not close at the end of this month above 105,000, that would be a bearish monthly candle close. That's a weekly support and resistance. That would be flipping that support into resistance on the monthly time frame. So if we close this monthly candle in at the end of November below 105, I'm going to pretty much say that we're in a bear market 100%. Right now it's 50-50, but the longer and the further we get away from 105, the more and more likely it looks like we are actually in a bear market. So that's kind of my update on Bitcoin. It does not look good for Bitcoin right now. It looks like we might just continue to the downside. We'll see what happens, but I don't love that. Bitcoin looks bad to me. And now if you look at Bitcoin just on the 10-minute, it looks like that's a rising wedge about to break further to the downside. Daily time frame rolling over. I talked about Bitcoin being in a bear flag on the daily time frame. Again, measure move is about $89,300. So yeah, it doesn't look good. Stock RSI rolling over as well with the price action. If we jump down to the 12-hour time frame, you can still see you're in the bear flag. Stock RSI got overbought. Stock RSI on the 12-hour time frame did make a lower high, so that is no bueno. You got up to about 107.4 and then just said nope. We're going to get rejected there and kind of roll further to the downside. And again, your measure move right now is 89.3. That's kind of what I would say is your measure move for the bear flag to the downside for Bitcoin. If you look at the 8-hour time frame, it's still pretty much the same as the 12 and daily. Stock RSI is trying to make well, that'd be a lower. So now 8-hour time frame on the RSI is as we speak, making a lower low. That's not good. Now you should expect, if anything, Bitcoin to make a lower high on the 8-hour when you do get the bounce. If you jumped out of the 4-hour time frame, again, you just continue to roll over. Jumping down to the 2-hour time frame for Bitcoin, stock RSI oversold. You could get a small rally here. That is an aggressive turn up on the stock RSI. Money flow pretty oversold, but it doesn't mean we're going to bounce just yet. The 1-hour time frame looks like it's going to make a lower high, so that could get, a lower high would be anything below 104K, basically. Money flow on the 1-hour, though, is green, but you're below the 200-day moving average on most of these time frames, so I'm really just not loving it. And now, like I said, this looks like a bear flag to me on the 10 and 15-minute time frame, which most likely would get rejected off of this resistance that is now $100,300. Earlier today, $100,300 would have been support, but at this point, it looks like it's going to become resistance. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like you're already starting to roll over on the stock RSI. You have a red candle, and I'll drop down to the 10-minute. It looks like that's just going to continue. So, this is not financial advice, but this could be a pretty nice short, actually, as we speak, to the downside. If you did want to take a short on Bitcoin, I wouldn't disagree with you because it looks like it's going to dump tonight. Measure move tonight out of this 15-minute bear flag would be about $94,800. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Bitcoin hits 94.8 in the next day. So my analysis is right now Bitcoin's going to roll over. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of what I'm seeing in the charts right now. It just looks it's just looking more and more bearish. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay, so yeah, it's just looking more and more bearish for Bitcoin right now. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know. But it doesn't look good, and now it looks like if Bitcoin does roll over here, it looks like Beat Crypto might just dump as well. It doesn't look good, and should I just cut that trade off? It just doesn't look fantastic. Let me just see if there's anything pumping. Right now, Pop Crypto up 26%, but at the end of the day, nothing to really write home about. I would be looking for more downside on the crypto assets. It looks pretty bad in my opinion. So let me see. Crypto update, comment your questions. That's AI. Okay, interesting. I've never seen that before. Yeah, so that's I see more downside for Bitcoin, and that is kind of where I stand on it. If Bitcoin rolls over, a lot of coins will as well. I almost want to take a short here on Bitcoin down to about 94.6 because it just looks likely that we're gonna dump. And I'm in a short on SUPRA crypto as well, so we can go check that chart out. It's only up $5, but that's not the right one. SUPRA. Yeah, it's coming down to the 4 hour 21. That's why I did the short. It's a very small position. It's only up $5 as we speak. But you know what? That's gonna roll over and it's coming back down right now. So that short's probably gonna hit the take profit. My take profit on that short right now is gonna be 17.8 cents, I believe, and we're at 19.5 right now. So we'll see what happens with this. But right now it's looking pretty good for that short. Not a lot of money, but we're up 107%. So, I mean, it's up $6. It's a very small position. I think I meant to do it bigger, but I didn't. But at the end of the day, it's a $200. I took out some money, so it's only a $200 account now. Yeah. Appreciate if you guys hit the likes. It does help support the channel. I see one single like, so it's better than nothing. But yeah. See more downside for Bitcoin. I'm not going to enter short just yet, but it's pretty tempting based on what I see on Bitcoin. It's pretty tempting. So if you guys have requests, let me know. Otherwise, that's kind of all I got. The last video we did, I went through all of the top 100 cryptocurrencies, so I probably won't do that today. If anything, it's probably going to be more bearish than it was last time. But here's a bullish idea on this asset, which is called Beat Crypto. You're in a ascending triangle, which broke out, and hopefully now you're retesting as support. If you lose a level of 45 cents, I would be looking for a rollover back to the 4 hour 21. And that's coming in at the price level of about 27 cents. So if you lose 45 cents, I could see a nice move down to 47 or 27 cents right now. But so I did try to take a long off that ascending triangle. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. That's the only trade I'm in besides that micro tiny position on Supra. And I don't see a lot in the market to really be going crazy over. AIA, we can go look at that because I know that is also somewhat interesting. Oh my god. Well, let's do a, wow, that chart looks horrible. It went all the way from $20 to $1.53. Even that's not good. That's awful. It bounced off of a low of 120. Now it's up to $1.53, so it's up 20 to 30% in the last 24 hours. But the chart looks horrible. So I don't know what this is. For the heck of it, I'll add it to my watch list. Because maybe when it makes a lower high, I could short it. But you're below the 21, so I wouldn't really short it right now. That looks pretty very oversold. I don't know what happened to that, but that's crazy price action. It's down 90% from the highs a few days ago. That's insane. It was $20 on the 7th of November. About a week later, it's down 90%. Oh my word. I'm gonna watch this because, like, what is this? Is this going to get massive bounce, or is it just going to go? Is it a scam and rug pull? I don't know. I'm going to watch this now because why not? Why not? So I'll watch AAA. Maybe at some point it would be another short if you get up to $2. But as of right now, this is insane. Yeah. I see more downside. I mean, I don't know. For right now, this could continue. Let me look at the 10-minute time frame. I mean, you just got above the 10-minute 200, so uh, it's pretty bad. That's yikes. I would say if you make a higher low above the 10-minute 200 on the stock RSI, I mean, maybe take a shot because you're above the 10-minute 200, but I'm pretty all set on this. I'll watch it, though. I'll watch it. Anyways, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't see any requests, though. I don't, there's not much to talk about right now. The market kind of sucks right now. Um, it's just not great. Again, my biggest trade I'm in right now is this beat crypto. If it does get the move out of this ascending triangle, the measure move is going to be about 70 cents. So we'll see what happens. That is the measure move, 70 cents. So that's my take profit, and my stop loss is the 10-minute 200, which is coming in right now around 38, maybe 39 cents. Stop loss I think is 39 cents. So take profit 70 cents. That's at least a 3-to-1 R&R. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think this is the most interesting coin to watch tonight. Those AIA. Like this is bad. Let me look at the 5 minutes, see if they're making higher lows. Not really. Yeah, that's pretty awful. Let's see if they have AIA over here on Blowfin. AIA. Oh, they do. Be aware the prices for this trading pair can be highly volatile and involve. Okay, I don't care. Hmm. We'll see what happens. Again, if you guys have requests for all, please let me know. But again, I'm calling still for a dump to the downside here on Bitcoin. I'm not sure how I can trade. Interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to kind of wrap it up. I just want to do a quick update on the markets. And right now, I mean, you're trying to get back to that resistance at 100,300. If you can crack $100,300, then you can be bullish again back to about 103.5. If you can't get above 103, I'd be looking for a move down to about 95, about 96K. I would say 96K. That would be the conservative measure move out of this bear flag to the downside. Also, you did bounce off support around 98,004, so that's a good thing as well. But I'm kind of tempted to take a short on AIA right now. Stop loss above $1.58 and see what happens because this looks pretty awful in my opinion. I think I might do that. So let me just kind of set up a short term. Let me do this really quickly. So if I enter a trade around here, stop loss above this, take profit. I mean, at this support, because you do have support at $1.25. That's not a great setup. I don't love that R&R. Actually, it's a 3-to-1 R&R. It's not a bad trade. So you enter the trade right here at $1.52. Actually that's almost a 5-to-1 R&R now when I adjust the entry price. Your take profit could be above that support, front run it, and it's still 4-to-1 R&R. We'll see what happens. But you are above the 200, so until you lose that 200-day moving average, I don't really want to take a short. Doesn't look great. I'm watching this. I think right now, if anything, we sit in the silence and see what happens. If you stay above the 200 while this gets oversold, you could take a long. Otherwise, it might just roll over again. Anyways, that's kind of my update. As always, guys, respect the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. On Bitcoin, the trend is obviously to the downside below the 200s. So there's no reason to really be bullish until you break 100,300. And I'll leave it at that. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be back live Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe. Always use a stop loss. And let's make some money before then. I'll see you guys in the next one. And have a great night, everyone. Enjoy some football as well. Adios. Also, Calvin Hill, thank you for the follow on TikTok. I do appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.